Why did you randomly stop printing? Can't find network. No. No, you're in network. I have changed nothing. Doesn't feel like that to me. This is time sensitive and I need this printed now. Your little minor inconvenience is not my problem. You literally have one job, and every time I ask you to do your one job, you cannot get it together and do the thing that you're built to do. Actually, I'm a 3-in-1 printer and I also make copies, so just print. Please, just print. Can't. Paper jam. There is no paper that is jam. Did you look? There is no paper jam. I don't know. Feels like there's something in there to me. Just print. Can't. You left the paper tray open. I closed it. Print. Can't. I need to be cleaned.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Friday, October 21st, 2022, and this is The Drop. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory. And alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
And you're bringing the spunk. I can feel it.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Next to him, my bearded one, my top shot hot boy, looking good in his LL Bean, Trey Kirby.
Heyo.
Hey-o. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is, here we are. Do you know why I said Basketball Factory? Did you catch that last night?
No.
TNT halftime show. They got the new set there in Studio
yeah.
J. Ernie called it the Basketball Factory.
Hey.
And I was like, what's that little shout out does? What's that little shout out does? I don't know. Shaq didn't like it. That was my favorite part. He's like, we're not calling it that.
Come on, Figueroa.
Anyway, shout out to the stream team joining us live right now on YouTube. We love to see it. Hit the like button. Come on, let's go. There's like 1,000 of you here. Slight exaggeration. But only 48 likes. Let's go. Hit that little emoji. Subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube and comment away there in the stream team. Share the show. Get your No Dunks merch, guys, over at nodunks.com. We got those new t-shirts that we recently dropped, the Classic Factory. I guess we got to do the Basketball Factory, too. And then the big news, we've got hat versions of these and we have mug versions. And Breaking Tea just told us, our guy Jamie Mottram, the people wanted more coffee in their mugs because we had just the 11-ounce mugs, but now all of our mugs, I think we have 4 in total over at nodunks.com, they come in a 15-ounce size for you big boy gluggers.
That's a lot of coffee. Oh, boy. Send in some more emails. The next mug we do will be 100 ounces.
I guess so. So
That'd be
this,
like a fist.
So this is an 11-ounce mug.
Yeah.
I'm holding it here on the stream team for all you podcast listeners. It's a good morning, sweet world. But yeah, now you can get a 15-ounce.
Yeah, people are just pouring that extra 4 ounces right now. That's why there's only a few hundred people in the factory. They'll get here. Yeah, here they come.
Takes
Here
a
they come.
little
Come
longer.
on in.
Yeah.
15 of the 4 ounces. That's your second coffee this
I
morning.
know. I could have used a 15-ouncer. You're right. Yep. So you can get those now. Go to nodunks.com. Send in your questions and comments always to nodunks@theathletic.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at NoDunksInc. This is the Drop Podcast. What does that mean?
Goodness.
I mean, I don't know. It's a Friday show. We just rename it differently. No, we have some different things. We've got Worst of the Week nominees.
Absolutely. Some good ones.
Yeah, we have Tweet of the Night, which we always do. We got rapid fire questions. That's how we'll end our Drop podcast. Always some hilarity there. We're going to share some predictions on this one that we'd love to take back. Did you know it's Mulligan month? You said it was Mulligan Day, but I looked into it. It's actually the entire month.
Okay. Perfect.
So
You need a whole month of people changing their minds about stuff?
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So we'll do that. But we got to get into the games because I got Lady Gaga performing at my house right now. And I got to get back and check out the encore. Are these all going over your heads? All these gold lines?
I told you, man.
Listen,
You didn't see that clip? You didn't see the Jimmy
watching.
Goldstein clip where he's telling, I forget who he was telling, but he's like,
saw Jimmy
he's literally like,
Goldstein.
Lady Gaga's at my house, but I'm here to watch the Clippers-Lakers game. That's what he said.
That's what?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Look, I saw that Jamie Foxx was interviewing a guy from a show.
Yeah. $1 Million Wheels.
$1 million sideline host. Jamie Foxx? The guy's the most talented entertainer on earth, and he's doing sideline reporting for a guy on a show called $1 Million Wheels.
Oh, that was an incredible hit. He sold that show. He sold the Mike Tyson movie coming with him in it. And then he, at the end, out of nowhere, was handed what I think was called the best paddle, and he was selling us pickleball paddles in the span of 3 minutes. Like, what the hell was going on there?
He's a triple threat.
He is.
We've always heard that.
Does he have the EGOT? Does he have?
He might be.
Or
He might be a
he's-
Tony Short.
He's a Tony. Okay.
I don't know.
Needs a Tony.
Okay.
Just go to Jimmy Goldstein's house. It'll turn into a Tony probably. Because Lady Gaga's there. What is she doing?
Oh, that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. What is
Because she
doing?
did a thing with Anthony Bennett. I mean,
Tony Bennett?
well, Anthony Bennett. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. She's probably.
Is that what your joke was?
Well, sure. It's Lady Gaga. She can do
Tony.
anything.
She has a Tony. Yeah, she's okay.
Maybe she does.
Didn't she
I
have
don't
like
know.
an incredible album with the great Tony Bennett?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's incredible. She can do it all.
She can.
Is that
Great
a
Tony
question?
Bennett.
The great Tony Bennett? Yeah, that was a very nice album.
So is that a baller ass move from Jimmy Goldstein, or like the saddest thing you've ever heard? That he left his own house where
No, but
Lady Gaga was performing.
She's probably doing
to watch
something.
the Clippers-Lakers.
To me, I have no idea. I had no idea what your reference was.
Yeah, I know.
I only saw
I'm off
2
to a rough
seconds
start.
of Jamie Foxx. I only saw photos of the basketball factory. I didn't watch halftime.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Lady Gaga's probably shooting something at his
Yeah,
house.
I mean,
like
very-
it's probably over a week's span.
Right.
She has a lot of events.
They shot the Big Lebowski at his house, for crying out loud.
Exactly. Lady Gaga's going to be there tomorrow. I think it's just a baller move. It's Jimmy Goldstein.
All right. Well, Jimmy loves his basketball. He is a true sicko, Jimmy Goldstein, and he was
He would
there.
have got your jokes.
He would have. And he was there to see Kawhi Leonard score 14 in his return as the Clippers held off the Lakers 103-97. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Kawhi? What'd you think? How shocked were you that he was coming off the bench? That was sort of like a last-minute news. I think Chris Haynes was the first one to break. He's like, he's not starting. He's coming off the bench. And then it took him forever to come off the bench. I don't think...
Midway through the second.
Yeah, that's right. What'd you think?
He's a great player.
Yeah.
He can do what he wants out there. All this talk about, he's huge, he's hulking, he's a monster. He is. He's just a great basketball player out there. This is a game the Lakers obviously should have won with Kawhi coming, not basically playing, short minutes, trying to give this game away, and the Lakers couldn't do it. Although they looked a lot better than Game 1 against the Golden State Warriors. I don't think this is over. I know there's a lot of talk shows asking that question. Is the season over for the Lakers? Is it done? They've played 2 games now. Is it over? I want to start with the Lakers because I think I'm not trying to berate them. I'm not going that route. I think with a minor tweak, they could be better because obviously LeBron looks great, averaging 25. He's going to get to Kareem's record before the All-Star game. We're going to celebrate him in Utah. It's going to happen. He's doing it night in, night out. Anthony Davis, maybe he's never a number one, but he's out there performing. Okay, so that's 2 guys that look good in their starting lineup. Patrick Beverley also there, does his thing. He should be in the starting lineup. Lonnie Walker makes sense in the starting lineup. It's like Malik Monk last year. LeBron and AD create lanes for other guys. Lonnie Walker's got so much athleticism. He can find those lanes. Yeah, we're getting to Russell Westbrook. Here it is. He must go to the bench. And it's going to be beneficial for all parties if he goes there. I think we're watching him here. He's 2 things. He should be getting to the rim, having confidence there, and setting up guys. He doesn't have the confidence to go to the rim right now. He just doesn't. He's not finishing at the rim. And with LeBron and AD out there and playing against first-unit guys, you can see it. He doesn't have the space. He doesn't have the confidence. He lined up Zubats in the 4th quarter after making a couple great defensive plays.
He did play well defensively.
Yeah, he was getting after it.
Yeah.
But then he had Zubats. This guy's a 7-footer in the mid-range. Russell Westbrook lining up Zubats. Didn't go past him. Couldn't go past him. It ended up being a shot clock violation because he couldn't get by him. His 3-point shot, he has absolutely zero confidence. I don't know if it has anything to do with LeBron's "we don't have lasers on this team" confidence or comment after Game 1, but he can't shoot. If he goes to the bench, look at John Wall on the other side. John Wall's coming off the bench, a guy who was traded for Russell Westbrook. John Wall shot 7 for 15 in this game. You have the much more confidence going up against second-unit guys. You also will have the ball in your hands a heck of a lot more because LeBron and AD aren't sharing it with you, and you'll be happier because you'll be playing like the same guy that you've been for the first 14 seasons. So I think that minor tweak, because now you start to look at it, and I know they don't have a lot of talent beyond their first 2 guys, but they actually have a lot of guards when you think about it. Kendrick Nunn should probably be out there starting, a guy who doesn't need the ball in his hands, a guy who is a Mario Chalmers or a Dennis Schroeder could be out there when he comes back, a guy who's played with LeBron. They just have guys now. There's actually a decent number of guards that fit better than Russell Westbrook. You can see it. They play off Westbrook, and this Lakers team obviously Darvin Ham makes a smart move. Not playing a center with Anthony Davis. That is the best version of this team. Anthony Davis at the 5, and then one non-shooter in Westbrook, so you don't have one at the 1 and one at the 5. But they'd be even better if you had a guy who could at least draw some defense out there. So I'm not dreading watching the Lakers on national TV the rest of the season because I think there are some things that are going for them. Lonnie Walker looked great. He led the team in scoring yesterday. Anyway, I know you want to talk about the Clippers. Let's talk about the Clippers.
I asked him about Kawhi, and he gave me the Westbrook breakdown. But that's fine. We were going to get to it regardless.
Yeah.
What do you think of Kawhi?
I thought it was good to see him back on the court. He definitely looks bigger. I thought he looked really fast, in particular, like end to end, making moves. I thought he was very much like Klay Thompson returning from injury, and then anytime he touched the ball, he was going to shoot it. 12 shot attempts in 21 minutes. Yeah. His first 2 were classic Kawhi, looking like 1998 Michael Jordan. Just a big, strong guard, bump you off the spot, shoot a little fadeaway. That was great to see. Very weird that he came off the bench to begin with, but also even weirder that he came in so late into the second quarter. It wasn't like he was the 6th man. He was like the 8th man for the Clippers last night. But I think an encouraging start to his return. It's going to take him a while to get up to speed. We probably aren't going to see Kawhi taking a full load of minutes until playoff time comes around. We already know that he's going to be sitting one of the back-to-back games they're playing this weekend. So, 14 points. He was one of 6 Clippers to score in double digits. They don't need Kawhi to be finals MVP right now.
No.
He wasn't last night, but he looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good, I thought. So, encouraging.
Yeah, there were flashes of the old Kawhi. There was some rust for sure in some possessions. You brought up those 2 that he hit the patented Kawhi, sort of jumpers around the elbow. He hit them on both sides, both of them over JTA. I like the play with like 5 minutes left because he was closing this game where the Clippers are only up 2. It's a close game, and Kawhi posted up Russ and backed him up. Here comes Beverly. Like, we're going to send some help. And Kawhi, just his strength. He just sort of ripped between both of them. There was no foul call. There was a lot of contact, and he kissed it off the glass to put them up 4. And then he hit the jumper sort of at the end to ice the game. So, yeah, pretty damn solid for a guy that hadn't played in 16 months. Is that what it is? It's a long time.
Yeah. Toronto Lou's playing it smart. If they have so much depth, why not play the rest of their guys for as long as they possibly could so Kawhi Leonard meets his minutes requirement and he can finish games? I think that's the point. You want your best players out there to finish games, and those are the lineups. And he got to see Kawhi play with John Wall, who was able to finish this game.
Yeah,
that was great. The John Wall return off a year. He didn't play a single game last year, if you remember that. The season before, he played with the Rockets in a starting role, a role probably a little too big for him, but played fine. And then in this one, the shimmies were there, the shakes,
speed and the pace, and
it looked good. And shooting from the mid-range, things were looking good. Russ can be that guy. That's a great positive for the Clippers. They're just gonna play everybody 20 minutes a game until the season ends. It feels like.
My only concern with them, and I said this in one of our preseason prediction podcasts, was they just gotta pray that Zubats doesn't get injured because. He is their only true center. He was awesome.
He was great.
He's 6 for 6, 17 boards, had 1 assist in there, 5 blocks across his 35 minutes. And we saw what was going on when like the Clippers sort of went small, and it wasn't that pretty. He has to play. And he's picked up injuries here and there over his career, but unless they go get like another backup center, which materializes from time to time to put on this roster, he's important to them because he's their only real big. They have a million wings, a million guys that can obviously operate with the ball, but he does those little things. He's setting the picks and he's taking care of the glass.
They need him for the regular season at the very least.
True.
I think he basically falls out of the playoff rotation. It'll depend on matchups, but he doesn't play nearly as much in the playoffs. But in the regular season, like Anthony Davis doesn't want to play center for a reason. It's tough playing against a guy like Zubats who puts a body on you, sets screens like you're saying, and gets open shots. I thought it was hilarious that the 2 guys returning were Kawhi Leonard and John Wall. Quite different personalities, right? Like, Kawhi's doing his scoring Who cares? He just jogs back down the court. John Wall hits like a 20-foot jumper. He's flexing, mean mugging to the crowd. Wall was awesome. I thought it was cool that he got to close the game because that's definitely going to be something to watch going forward. Is it Reggie Jackson? Is it John Wall? Wall got a little taste last night, and I thought he looked pretty solid. He did have an entire year off. Like, there was a lot of talk about returning from injury. He wasn't. He was just not allowed to play for the Rockets last year. So, like we saw with Al Horford, once you get up in the age, a year off really helps. So, good stuff for John Wall in his debut as well.
And he'll be fresh if he only plays 20 minutes a game as well, because this team is just so loaded. I guess the guy who could play a lot of regular season minutes is Zubac. He played 35 in this one, depending on the matchups. At the end of the game, he's probably not going to be in a postseason game. You could see Batum out there in that role. You could see a bunch of guys, but Zubac he's his best self. He was great. He blocked so many shots, played so many minutes, boarded. Yeah, he's important in the regular season for sure, in stints, and against a Jokic, or definitely against some guys in the postseason.
And to go to Tass's first point here, talking about Westbrook, who went 0 for 11 and 0 for 6 from downtown. He had 5 steals. I do think he was at least trying hard on that end and helped them get them back in the game or keep them in the game. But 2 points in this Lakers game, Trey. Do you buy what Tass is saying? Like, worth a shot for him to bring him off the bench, even though Westbrook did not like that in the preseason. Blame his injury.
Can't play off the bench; he'll get hurt.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do in pregame warmups. So I don't think you can bench him because he'll be even worse, and he will probably act out. But I mean, 0 for 11, terrible. Kendrick Nunn went 0 for 7. They got no production from their point guards, and that's going to be a problem. They need lasers. So Westbrook to the bench probably doesn't change anything because what he does doesn't help what the Lakers need done. They need somebody who can make a three-pointer. They're 19 for 85 to start the season. The only good you can really take from the Lakers last night is that run in the fourth quarter. That's the way they should play basketball. They got to play end-to-end. They've got to have crazy defensive intensity. Yeah. LeBron was making plays all over the court, and then they were able to get out in transition and score before the defense set up because they really have trouble in the half court. It's going to be a bucket in the lane or it's going to be a bricked three-pointer. So until they get somebody else who can get the respect of the defense, it's going to be wide open jumpers for Patrick Beverley, for Russell Westbrook, for Austin Reeves. They don't guard any of the Lakers shooters out there. It doesn't matter where Westbrook's coming off the bench. They ain't guarding him.
Yeah, and LeBron absolutely despises it. You can just see it. Everybody just collapses into that lane. Yeah. He's just running into bodies. And yeah, he had a fourth quarter run, but he can't do it at his age every stinking night. Yeah, he needs some help. And I think putting Russ on the bench, if it can happen, if Darvin can convince him, it's a tough ask. And it didn't work in the last preseason game. And we'll get to that in Worst of the Week. But I think he'll just be a happier version of Russ, because the ball will be in his hands. And he'll start taking those mid-range jumpers that we've seen him hit a lot. He needs to get the confidence back to do something.
By benching him?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's a tough ask, but he'll play more. He'll play more like Russ. Like, he could go out into the sunset and go to an Indiana or go to a Charlotte.
I love it.
And be Russ and keep shooting like he was with the Wizards and go out that way. But he's trying to contribute to a championship team. He is. He was playing on the defensive end. Like, he was fronting in the fourth quarter, came up with 2 big steals, and he's trying on the defensive end or on the offensive end to be what they want, 6 threes in this game, but he also lacks the confidence. At the end of the first half, he got the ball with a second left, and he slowly dribbled and didn't chuck it up because he knows that the three-point shot isn't there. I think he might feel better. He may even be able to close a game like John Wall did if he gets the ball in his hands, takes it to the rim, takes it against backup guys at the rim. Yeah, there's no answer.
The other option may say go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll just try and trade you, and we're trying to convince the Pacers.
Absolutely.
And we're talking to the Nets and Kyrie Irving, and just,
Absolutely.
It could be that is an option, which we've seen with John Wall, obviously, and other players.
Yeah, but we're not at the end of the rope, I don't think.
Okay.
Like, you saw him, like we just said, he scrapped.
He did
fight.
I'll give him that.
When the mid-range ain't there, and also if they're collapsing so hard, the paint scoring ain't there. Like, he could be coming off the bench, with quarterback Matt Ryan, with some guys who spread the floor a little bit. You see Matt Ryan line up that 3 deep. He needs shooters. It's Ben Simmons-esque. So, yeah. They tried. Darvin is trying. I think they are talking. And again, Westbrook's not done there. But They got to get more out of that roster. And, they do have guys coming back in Dennis Schroeder. Doesn't he make way more sense in the starting lineup? He does.
They have lost to two teams that a lot of people think could be in the finals.
But the Clippers,
the Warriors and the
Clippers stunk a lot. The Clippers were trying to give that game away.
Good point.
They missed a ton of free throws. They turned it over a ton.
Well, let's go to another team that has lost to two potential title contenders. I'm talking about the Sixers because they lost to the Celtics on opening night. And last night, Giannis scored 21. Your boy, Wesley Matthews, hit a big three late to push the Bucks past the 76ers in the 90-88. Philly dropping to 0-2. Trey, get a start on this. What were your takeaways?
I guess my main takeaway is that the Bucks won a game by scoring 90 points, playing without their second best offensive player in the 76ers arena. That's pretty disappointing for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, Harden is playing well, and apparently that's sucking something out of Joel Embiid because the guy cannot play right now to start the season. He doesn't look like he's into the games. He can't hang on to the ball when he gets it in the post. The turnovers are crazy. I was surprised to see House of Highlights put up a supercut of Joel Embiid turnovers, and then the guy's getting booed, didn't score in the second half, didn't talk to reporters afterwards. I don't know if there's problems with his recovery from hand surgery. Yeah, like a thumb injury over the offseason. But this is not a good Joel Embiid. And if he's not playing at an MVP level, it doesn't really matter if Harden is getting to that level right now because they need Embiid to be the guy. So disappointing again from the 76ers. I usually like to talk about the team that won and what they did right, but it was pretty glaring how bad Embiid was last night.
No, it's way more fun talking about the team that loses. You ask me about Kawhi, I'm talking about the Lakers. I hear they were being booed, in the third quarter there. And
Embiid was horrible in that third quarter.
Yeah.
0 for 5, 3 turnovers, no assists. Yeah, and the body language was bad.
The body language, yeah. I was happy to be watching the TNT overtime feed where they focus on one guy. They're focusing on Embiid. So, watching him go up and down the floor, the hand injury doesn't affect the motor. Like that's
true.
True. There's some, and it's Joel Embiid. It could be a few weeks of this, and then he turns into an MVP candidate because he mentally turns it on, whatever's going on there. I'm worried that, he's not going after something. I brought up the MVP focus for him after game one because I think sometimes, as a great player, you just need something to focus on. We had Giannis Antetokounmpo, a great one-on-one piece on The Athletic with Eric Name where he was just talking about, all right, two-time MVP, averaged 30 and 10 last year. What am I going to do now? I have to create something in my mind. I have to do something to get me motivated. That's what Joel Embiid has to do because, you watch him out there, and, this is a real close game when it comes down to it. The Bucks played poorly, sort of like the Clippers, and we're talking about the team that needs to do something. And, I just don't know where the focus is for Joel Embiid. And, even the James Harden experience. Obviously, it was a great James Harden experience, but the Sixers can do so much more. They can utilize Tyrese Maxey so much more. And it's funny just watching James Harden. Sometimes you get some of those possessions where it's exactly like him and Westbrook in Houston, where it's like, okay, play sort of over. I just don't feel like creating something. Pass straight to the corner, and the guy in the corner has no real choice but to hike up a shot, and it's not a good possession. You could tell D'Anthony Melton, who came from the Grizzlies, played on another team last year because he's just cycling. He's just looking for.
What are we doing here?
Let's make some passes. So I thought coming in they'd have a pecking order, Embiid, Harden, and then the rest of the guys. But they're lacking in that too. Like Maxey, we're not getting enough Maxey in transition. We're not getting enough Maxey bringing up the ball. We talked about DeJounte Murray and Trae Young sharing the ball in the backcourt. Like, okay, your turn. You run the offense, Maxey. You just take it, and I'll work off you. Same thing that the Hawks are trying to do with DeJounte Murray. Like they need a little bit more of that because Maxey's just not. Maxey ain't Maxeying right now. He can be better.
That's true. They're playing super slow. I thought they were a little faster last night than on Tuesday night, definitely. But I do wonder if Harden being back is having a slightly negative effect on the Sixers right now because it feels like James Harden's team right now. It feels like they're going to be going into pick and roll and him trying to create. Shooters just standing around except for D'Anthony Melton running in circles. But they're just waiting for Harden to make a play There's no ball movement anywhere else. There were times when Doc was trying to get the ball to Embiid in the post or in the mid post, which I think is a good move, but it definitely looks like it's Harden number 1, Embiid number 2.
Yeah.
This has been Embiid's team for a long time up until right now. Is that going to have an effect? I think it's throwing people off a little bit right now, but it was also great to see Harden taking like a million mid-range jumpers. I think he was 9 for 12 from the 2-point outside of the restricted area. So he had a good game, but the levels, like you're saying, the pecking order just feels a little bit off right now.
Yeah, early in the fourth quarter, Doc went small ball, like with PJ Tucker as a center, and let everybody switch on defense and let Harden control the offense, and they went on like an 11-0 run there, going small ball. Back to Embiid though, I saw Rich Hoffman at The Athletic. He's a team worst minus 17.9 net rating through 2 games, so he's been like their worst player when you're looking at the stats. We talked about that third quarter. That second half was brutal. He finished 6 of 21 from the floor. He can't hit a jumper right now to save his life. You know, the 3 is one thing. We don't want him taking a whole lot of those, but the jumper, he's getting looks at it. In fact, the game was tied 86-86. Doc calls for an isolation play for Embiid. Get on the ball at the elbow. I think they call it elbow 5. And Brook is on him. He faced up on Brook, sort of one hard dribble to his left. Brook backed up. Embiid like rose into a very makeable jumper, and he just bricked it. And I guess you could argue like, he doesn't have it going tonight, Doc. Like maybe stick with Harden or run something through him, but you can't ask for a better look from your guy that's like a 2-time runner-up in MVP, and he just can't hit a jumper right now at all. And then anytime he went to the rim last night, it was Brook taking his lunch money or Giannis. I mean, he got denied like 2 or 3 times by those guys.
Brook Lopez blocked a dunk from Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Lopez was incredible. I think it's like we kind of just take for granted how big Brook Lopez is, but he can actually accept the bumps from Embiid.
Yeah.
He'll move a little bit, but he can move Embiid back the other way. So he was great for the Bucks, I thought, and having him back, their defense is going to be so much better. They were middle of the pack last year because he played 13 games only. With him back behind Giannis, it's just tough to score through 2 7-footers who can block some shots. So, yeah, the combo of those 2 7-footers was tough for Embiid. It was definitely tough. That's why he only took 3 free throw attempts as well, but I thought the Bucks got great performances from their role guys. They really won them this game. Grayson Allen had that great cut for a layup that basically iced things. He also was the one who created the Wesley Matthews 3 up top, and then like we're saying, Brook Lopez did his job on Embiid as well.
Yeah, Grayson Allen is finding his way in this offense for sure. Brook Lopez is somebody we definitely take for granted, but Joel Embiid hates playing against them. He has to. He is so great for this defense. There's no doubt. This team is old. They're the oldest team in the league, as they said at the beginning of the broadcast. I was kind of surprised to hear that. But these are the kind of games they can win. This is why they're a championship team. They can win a game where Jrue Holiday shoots 2 for 15 because they've got such an incredible defense, and they're still missing their best perimeter scorer in Chris Middleton. So, yeah, this is a championship team. They just got to stay healthy, and they can do it.
How pumped were you when Wesley Matthews splashed that 3 with like 24 seconds to go off of the Grayson Allen dime?
What was I more proud of? I think I may have been more proud of the offensive rebound he got at a minute left, creating another opportunity.
Yeah, the Bucks got 2 on that possession at that end of the floor.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
huge.
both. I feel so good. I feel so great. He's been doing it for a long time. It's surprising to see how long he's been in the league. This is year 14 for him. Still kicking ass.
He's still doing the pulling the arrow out of his what do you call it? Quiver?
Yeah,
That's a quiver.
And,
That's a quiver,
and
baby.
dropping it like Jamal Murray, I guess, does. Did you think there was a foul at the end, or Jrue Holiday played defense as well as you could there on Harden?
Why is he trying to draw a foul like that? Multiple bumps. Like he wasn't looking at the rim. It was one of those Harden. I'm trying to draw a foul multiple times. Why?
Especially against a very, very smart, well-respected defender in Jrue Holiday.
Under 10
you
seconds
maybe
left.
get that call against some other people, but yeah.
And at that point of the game, just don't.
Okay.
That's a mistake, I think. Because then his shot was off because he was trying to draw a foul.
You think if he had focused on actually taking the shot instead of just trying to create the contact?
I'm
possible.
I'm commenting on a guy who balled out last night.
Yeah.
You know, he could have hit a shot.
I believe Grayson Allen grabbed that defensive rebound there, too. He was everywhere.
Too bad.
It is too bad. We all hate Grayson Allen, but it's like, God, he did play pretty well at the end.
Yeah. And he's being less...
Well done.
He's being less of a Grayson Allen, too. Like, he could have bitched and complained when the ball went off of Tyrese Maxey's hands
Oh,
there.
yeah. 10 seconds to go.
Didn't say a thing.
Yeah, deflected by Allen, which then it hits Maxey. And they had already used their challenge, I guess
Sure.
the Bucks had, and they
Yeah.
couldn't go and look at it. Even though, like, you can clearly see
Yeah.
Maxey's fingers. And Maxey's face is like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here. But they got a chance and couldn't take advantage of it. Any other thoughts on either of those games last night? At least there were two entertaining games down the stretch. Like, they're close. Nothing else?
Great to see Candace Parker on the call.
Yeah.
She kicks ass.
Yep.
It's great to have her voice on the call. I don't think, from my memory, she did any of that in history. In the history of her TNT days, she used to be
No,
on the
it was
desk.
her first time.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it?
yeah.
Okay. See, that's what you get for listening into the call. I did the all possessions recap, which was great. Every single possession. You watch every single possession in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I figured out the NBA app now. I
Okay,
figured it
good
all
for you.
out. Yeah.
That's not bad.
A lot
It
of
took
options.
A couple days in, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple days. Yeah. There's a lot of options, baby.
What did you think of Stan Van in the second half, wisely moving away from trying to pronounce Giannis's last name? He had a stretch where he tried his last name like 4 times in a row, and he said it differently all 4 times. It was very, very funny. But then he just went with Giannis.
He's only been in the league for 10 years, so tough to figure it out.
Yeah, well, it's not an easy name, I guess. When you were
No,
saying
no.
it,
I
but-
mean, the guy's a national broadcaster.
Yeah.
He coached against them for a long time,
Yeah.
and he's been in the league for 10 years. And they made movies about him over the summer.
Hmm.
And the guy's the best player in the league. You should know his last name, right?
I think
Right?
he
Come
knows
on.
it. I just
you
he
should be able to
can't-
pronounce it.
He
You
can't,
should.
successfully say
Yeah.
it. At least he can make fun of himself for not being able to say it. I'll give him that. And
Or-
Eagle calling him out was great.
Yeah. And he's having trouble with the vision a little bit, too. Like, he couldn't see that it went off Maxey's fingers there. He's making the calls. Anyways, it reminds me of a famous The Starters video where we had Miami Heat Eric Reed trying to pronounce Kostas Papanikolaou.
Yes.
It's a great video. Look it up on YouTube. Kostas Papanikolaou.
I still like Kendrick Perkins trying to pronounce Moses Moody. That's a
No, classic.
okay. Let's hear your thoughts in the stream team on any of those games. Anything we missed?
Oh, the one thing we missed, Anthony Davis had a nasty fall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't come out. I mean, he came out for a second.
He came up. But
They put a little warm pad on him, but he was laughing the whole time, I
Yeah.
thought. But that was a nasty fall. I mean, like, if he misses a game because his back is tight, that one I'm understanding.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
But he also
that
hit a
could-
3 from the top of the key, which I thought was hilarious, and then told Darvin Ham, he's like, send that guy back to the bench. I'm good. I'll come out in 2 minutes.
He looked good going to get that one alley-oop thrown to him
Westbrook,
somewhat early
maybe?
in the game. Yeah, he went. He was playing above the rim there. I feel like we hadn't seen that from AD in a little while. But yeah, if he misses a game or two, you're right. I mean, that was a bad fall.
That was a nasty fall.
Okay. It's Mulligan month, as I said.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What's an NBA season prediction you guys want back? Because we made a lot of them in our 5-part season preview podcast. Continued we had our over/under podcast. We just had some other predictions that we were throwing out there. Is there anything now after 2 nights of basketball that you're like, let's walk that one back a little bit? Go ahead.
I said the Sixers are guaranteed to be the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and that is not happening. It'll be the Celtics. So that's my big mulligan.
Okay.
Having preseason confidence in the Philadelphia 76ers. Feeling quite foolish, and we haven't even finished the first week of the season. But I will say James Harden does look good. Those pictures were telling the truth.
Yeah. What about you, Taff?
Well, I'm with you, Trey. I mean, every single prediction I made about the city of Philadelphia has come back to bite me in the ass. Somehow, I said they were going to win the 1 seed, just like Trey did. Although I did say Boston was going to be over 54.5, so I'm just dumb, I guess. Or I thought Philly was going to have a big number, but I also thought Joel Embiid was going to be MVP. Not right now. I also thought Doc Rivers wasn't going to be on the hot seat. That could happen. That could happen.
Right.
So everything Philadelphia is coming up mully. I need a mulligan on all of them right now.
Again, I want to stress, with both the Lakers and the Sixers, they are playing some of the best teams in the league here.
Yeah, they're going to win games against a lot of... But
the Sixers case, I mean, they played the Celtics without Robert Williams III, so they're shorthanded. And then, of course, they play the Bucks without Middleton, so that's tough, too.
Yeah.
They're in the games, though, so Could they still win 60? Yeah, guys,
Whoa.
they could.
They're
They
not
won't, but
That's why we want these predictions back. They're
Okay,
not gonna
okay,
do it. They're
okay.
not gonna do it.
I mean, the Celtics are locked in. They look great.
wow,
Yes.
locked in.
Yes, they are locked into the one team. I mean, they look great. Everybody was, I don't want that one back. I said over on 54 and a half. Everyone just thinking about the coaching situation. If you get to the finals, you can either lose focus and think that we're going to get back there, or you can laser in. And they've got guys like Malcolm Brogdon, who's had success elsewhere as a number one guy, but now is ready to support. They've got Al Horford, a 5-time All-Star, who knows we got to focus in. That's what happened when Marcus Smart and Joel Embiid were jostling. Al Horford got the boys together. We're going to get this. We're going to focus. And yeah, so I don't think they're one of those teams that gets to the finals and loses focus.
And Tatum and Brown are just like getting better. I mean, they're not, it's not like they're like washed or anything like that. It's like or old or something. Like they're just hitting their prime basically. So yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm gonna go with me underestimating the Pelicans as a mulligan. I might want back. I was swerving a little bit. I just felt like everybody was very, very high on New Orleans after how they finished last season. And then they're adding Zion, and I'm like, okay, I don't know, something's not right here. Everybody's on the Pelicans bandwagon. And I think I should jump on because, they played the Nets, and that's a weird-ass team. But holy shit, Zion is – I mean, when he plays, he seems to be unstoppable with death by left-hand layups. Like, you can't do anything. And then, like, I love, like, Brandon Ingram is like a second thought now, even though this guy's like, he gets 25 points in his sleep.
The leading scorer for the Pelicans right now.
But no one like ever really talks about him now. When you have Zion, I mean, that makes sense. But I'm probably wrong about me. I think I went on the under as saying just under on their over-under, which was pretty low too. Right? Was it 45.5 or something like that? It was in that ballpark.
Something like that.
In the mid-40s. They look damn good. So if they play, if they're all healthy, whew, you got Herb Jones flying around everywhere. They just got all the pieces.
They got the pieces.
There's
people calling them a contender already.
Yeah.
Some.
But they look good.
They do.
Any other ones? Any other awards? I mean, I know it's early here, but anything
Awards.
else? Yeah, well, like, you said Embiid. I mean,
Embiid, yeah.
He's not winning
Everything
MVP
Philadelphia.
likely.
Boo. I'm booing, just like the Philly fans. No, I don't boo. I don't usually boo my teams. I thought that was
Wack.
Wack?
That's
Would
whack.
I call it whack? Yeah, sure.
It was whack.
I can't even think of
whack for him.
what's a better word for whack? Nothing. There isn't a better one.
All right, well,
nailed it.
let's hear from everybody in the stream team. Prediction mulligans you want back, because you guys were making a hell of a lot of predictions too during those preseason shows.
Yeah.
So,
You had some whack predictions. Let's see 'em.
What is it about? The Nuggets? Could be. Maybe you were high on the Nets. Oh, boy, I don't know. So let's hear them. Drop them in the stream team. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we have Worst of the Week. We got Pick 'em. We got Tweet of the Night. Don't go anywhere.
Licks. What the heck was that? Well, the first part was Danielle, my wife, during birth. That was her breathing pattern. And the second part was licks. That was me. I thought while she was giving birth that if I added in a licks at the end, it would remind her of how relaxed we are sleeping on our helix. And she thought that was
Licks, I get it.
and she thought that was the dumbest thing that she'd ever heard. Did that actually happen? No. But maybe I could have tried Midnight Lux, like our actual helix bed type. Maybe that would have worked better than the helix, because the Midnight Lux is one of Helix's 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models, a mattress for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress that's just made for kids. Listen, I think about my Midnight Lux and I get relaxed. Didn't work with Danielle, worked for me. Helix knows there's no better way, though, to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home, so you can order it. Get it to your house, and you have a 100-night risk-free trial. And you can send it back, no questions asked. Try out your new Helix mattress, see how your body adjusts, and if you decide it's not the best fit, you're welcome to return for a full refund. So I guess you guys aren't relaxed when I do the licks.
I was stressing a little, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about starting an ASMR playlist on our YouTube channel, just making some noises. See if people latch onto that.
Noises.
Yeah, the Classic Factory's turning into an ASMR factory.
I like it.
We've got that buzz in our ears. Doesn't really work for ASMR.
Yeah, that's not putting me to sleep.
No, it's not. Helix will put you to sleep, though. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/nodunks. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
All right, back in the Classic Factory, we were just talking about how whack it was for the Sixers fans to be booing their own team.
Yes.
And you were like, is there a better word than whack for that? It probably is. Stream Team coming through with a couple of options. Jank. It's very jank of them. I guess weak. That's a classic.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cheeks.
That was cheeks.
Not Mo.
That's good, actually.
And then my favorite from Mr. Burns here, baloney.
Baloney.
Baloney of the Sixers fans to do that. Maybe it was warranted, the way they were playing. Okay, let's get to Worst of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst of the week.
What an animation, JD. First week, we're going to get all negative.
That one set of hands wearing an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know why that's weird.
Feels right.
Yep.
I feel a little wrong getting a little bit negative first week.
Why?
Because it's the first week. But listen.
Some people are whack.
Some people are whack. Some people are bologna. That's not how you spell baloney, but I guess that's an acceptable way of spelling baloney. Oh, are we talking about Worst of the Week? Okay, let's get to Worst of the Week. 4 nominees I'm going to give to you, and none of these selections are whack. I think they're all appropriately selected. Okay. Then we'll discuss which nominee you think is actually the Worst of the Week. So first candidate, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson. Why should Klay Thompson be a Worst of the Week candidate? It was just last week I was proclaiming Klay as the winner of the offseason when he called out Ronnie 2K.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
But he went too far, didn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I loved when he was at center court of a preseason game in Japan, and he said, "Hey, Ronnie 2K, change my rating, my 3-point rating right now, friggin' hater." I like that. But then Ronnie 2K, who is sort of the marketing promotional guy for 2K basketball games. He was on ESPN talking about 2K. So Klay jumped on Instagram. Yeah, he kind of trolled it a little bit, and he said, "Y'all really interviewed this clown? I thought NBA on ESPN meant coverage of some of the best athletes in the world, not interviewing a promoter. Do better, ESPN."
Jesus.
Klay, you got to do better.
A lot of likes on that, though. People agreed with Klay.
Yeah, well, he quickly apologized. Klay quickly apologized. He jumped on his own Instagram, put up a story, and he said, "I'd like to apologize to Ronnie 2K. I was in my feelings about a fictitious rating, and I took out my anger on him with trolling in the comments. Cyberbullying is super lame." That's another word for whack, by the way.
Yeah.
And loser behavior. Cyberbullying is super lame and loser behavior, and for that, I'm sorry, bro. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, you made up for it, Klay. Cyberbullying is lame.
Yep.
Anyways.
I'm glad to see that follow-up from Klay Thompson, because I was wondering, was there malice in his heart with his response to Ronnie 2K, or is he just joking around like they're buddies? Seems a little malicious now, but he's apologizing.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying is super lame, whack, and baloney. I'm with you.
It's also, Ronnie 2K isn't the programmer. I mean, he doesn't select
He
the
didn't
ratings.
choose the rating specifically.
He just got married. Did you see Ronnie 2K's wedding? Holy shit. Making some money off those games. Man, it was
I didn't see that.
looking.
I thought he was attending weddings.
No, I'm pretty sure he was in it. I think it was his.
Congratulations. All right, second.
His wedding rating is through the roof.
Yeah.
99.
You're either a 0 or a 99, basically.
All right.
I was like a 5. I got married at a courthouse. Actually,
Wow, that's
you could
pretty high.
argue that I'm a 99 because I didn't spend a dime on my wedding.
Nice.
You fools. All right.
Okay. So Klay, you made up for it. You're probably not winning Worst of the Week. Second nominee is Steven Adams. Now, you may think it's because he got a ball in the head. We put clips all up on our social media accounts. He was entering the game. Derrick Rose of the New York Knicks was throwing a pass. It hit Steven Adams in the head because he wasn't paying attention whatsoever. That's not why he's a nominee. He's a nominee because he actually stole a towel from his teammate, John Conchar, and gave it to Ja Morant. So they're on the bench. It's very funny. They're on the bench. John Morant's just sitting there. He doesn't have a towel. Steven Adams walks by, takes John. He's not even looking for a towel. That's the weird part. He just steals
Well,
a
he
towel.
uses it right away. Oh, you mean Adams? Yeah.
No. I mean, John Morant's not asking for a towel. He's not looking for a towel.
Oh, but he uses it right away. He like wipes a boog or something, some sweat.
He does. But
He needs Giannis's brother Thanasis to. You see him picking his brother's boogs last night?
Yeah, I was like rubbing on his nose. Right on the tip. Yeah, that was cool.
Sorry.
he's picking his brother's snot.
Well,
I
that's
missed
what it appeared like.
Or get the
Giannis took off his
scab
warm up,
off of
and then his brother right away was like, "Yeah, like, no, he didn't like put his thumbs in his nose, but he like brushed his nose. Like, it just was really strange.
It looks like he was getting dry skin off the end of it or something.
Maybe there's some
I
fluff.
couldn't
Maybe
tell.
fluff from the shirt. I don't know.
Anyways, John Concher's sitting there with a towel. Why you gotta steal his towel, Steven Adams?
Yeah, there's a lot of towels. You're right on the.
There's a ton of
bench.
towels. But yeah, protecting his superstar. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
There's a
Steven
pecking
Adams.
order when it comes to towels on that Grizzlies bench. There
yeah.
should be.
Would you call this clip the swipe of the Conchar?
The flight of the Conchar. No, the swipe of the Conchar.
I think I would wait for a John Conchar dunk and then go with Flight of the Conchar. That's
go.
that's a great idea.
Plant the seed.
Yes.
Or the fight of the Conchar, even.
Yeah, if he got mad.
Yeah,
If he got
okay.
mad,
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Great stuff. Okay, third nominee. Speaking of sort of the equipment manager and the support team for an organization, Indiana Pacers ball boy is the third nominee.
Man.
Yeah, Pacers
Low,
center
man.
Miles Turner was warming up for the season opener on Wednesday, and he stepped on a ball boy's foot and will miss a week with a sprained ankle because the ball boy was there.
That's tough. That's tough. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more. There's a lot of like bodies down there when they're warming up and stuff. And
People are going everywhere.
yeah.
True.
Ball boy or ball man though? Do we know?
You check the ID?
I want to know.
Good
Why do you
point.
want? Why do you need to know?
I think we could know his name if it's a man.
You want to get mad?
Yeah.
You want to get this guy doxxed? Come on. Let him.
It's like one of those weird professions. I feel like you could be 45 years old and you're still called the ball boy.
Yeah.
True. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't mean
Definitely like in baseball. I mean, the bat boys have to be boys or kids.
to. Yeah.
But as far as those people who are on the foul ball people,
Yeah.
you know, they're teenagers. You can be young, almost an adult, I'd say. I wouldn't say 45. But yeah, I think there was a young girl who sort of got in the way the other day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right. That happens.
similar situation here. The weird thing is, it kind of affects the trade scenarios for the Pacers. They should have traded Miles Turner yesterday.
3 years ago.
They need to move on from Miles Turner. He wants to go. The Pacers had a good opening game with Benedict Mathurin as their shooting guard. He's the real deal. He looks good. So Tyrese Halliburton, Hallie, and Benny are the future there,
Right.
and they should be taking every single shot. It's kind of good that the Lakers stink for the Pacers because as soon as Miles Turner comes back, there'll be more chatter. Pacers, Lakers, make it happen before Kyrie gets traded to the Lakers. You know, like something's got to happen. I understand
Yeah.
Rob Pelinka's, he's playing the long game. As a GM for the Lakers, he wants to have this job for life. I get it. You don't want to trade your
Just
draft
got an
picks.
extension.
Yeah, you don't want to trade your draft picks.
Yeah.
You want, your friend of the fam, but make a move.
Yeah.
Let's make a move, baby. And hopefully Miles Turner will be back soon, and that ball boy does not get doxxed.
I don't wish that on him. I'm not
Thank you.
cyberbullying him
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thank
okay?
you.
I just want to know if he's a man.
I simply want to know the person's
I want
age,
to know
okay?
if I could go have a
Is he
beer with him
18 or older?
and say, "Hey, did you mean to? Did you do it on purpose? What's happening here? You really trying to lean into the tank? You want
Miles.
Victor? Yeah."
Was there any footage? I don't know.
I haven't seen footage. No,
Kind of
which
surprising.
is shocking. Yeah.
I guess it must have been early. I feel like it was kind of early in the day. I say pregame warm-ups like it was an hour before, but it felt like it was an earlier warm-up.
Oh yeah, possibly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could have been a shoot-around. Okay, fourth nominee. We've gone through Clay, Steven Adams, and a ball boy who will remain nameless. But the fourth nominee, it's Russell Westbrook, because in the Lakers' final preseason game, he came off the bench and said the hamstring strain he suffered 5 minutes into playing, quote, absolutely could have happened because he didn't start. This was his quote. Honestly, I didn't even know what to do pregame because, being honest, I was trying to figure out how to stay warm and loose. That's something I just wasn't accustomed to. End quote.
Yeah, so he's saying I tweaked the hamstring because for my entire career I've gone about getting ready for an NBA game, and because I'm starting, I have my routine.
Yeah.
And then the ham man says I'm coming off the can, and then suddenly, I got to check in. I'm cold, and yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
yeah, I sort of do too, but
He's a professional athlete.
Yeah.
I understand it's different. I'm a creature of habit. I like my routines.
yeah.
I get it.
Well, how far in advance did he find out he was coming off the bench? Like, was it
Oh, early.
like a day
I don't know.
during the morning?
I say early, but I
shoot
don't
around
know.
session. I don't know. Like,
think it was
in all
early.
honesty, if it was, he would have a case if, I guess, 5 minutes before the game when they're coming out of the locker room.
Oh.
Sure.
Ham's like, you're coming off the bench. Like, he's like, what? Maybe.
No.
Even still, like,
Ham
Yeah,
Like-
he said he didn't know what to do pregame, so it would have to at least be pregame. But was it 3 hours or
Yeah,
was it
right.
8 hours?
Right.
We need to know how old the Pacers ball person is,
Yeah.
and we need to know at what time Russell Westbrook learned he was coming off the bench for the last preseason game of the Lakers.
we need answers.
And yeah, so you want to be a conspiracy theorist? Westbrook says he got injured because he doesn't want to come off the bench, obviously.
Right.
But there's no way Ham just said 5 minutes before.
No.
He's treating his players with respect.
You would
A
think so.
legend here in Russell Westbrook. I just find it hard. You're a professional athlete. You train. You don't sprint your first time down the floor. It's a preseason game. Jog it.
Yeah.
Every single possession. Nobody cares.
Well, he does before every game. I assume preseason as well. He does sprint
Yeah, he does.
before the start of the game. He sprints from like one end of the floor to the other to the corner and does like like that.
Actually, that could have been
So
a
maybe
worse
it's like
of
he didn't get to do it.
the worst of the week nominee because the media made a big deal out of that. I think it was that game where he did his sprint.
Yeah.
He went to the corner, and the media, and there was lots of cuts, lots of edits of him being separate from his teammate. Lots of photos of the team being behind him. Oh,
Yeah.
he's doing his own thing.
Yeah,
He's
but
not
he does it
playing
all the
with
time,
team.
he
Yeah,
said. Yeah.
really stupid. Anyway, Westbrook's got to come off the bench. He does, but I also think he's a world-class athlete, and he would have figured it out if he wanted to. So it's probably because he doesn't want to come off the bench. And will this end well? Who knows? So who you guys got? We got Clay. We got Steven Adams for a John Conchar steal. Although getting doinked in the head, the first doinker, check out our social media accounts, was also great. The Pacers ball boy? Question mark?
Ball human.
And Russell Westbrook for the situation.
Where are you going, Trey? Who gets the worst of the week in your mind?
Okay, here's my thought process. If Clay hadn't apologized, he would be the leader for me.
Okay.
Steven Adams, I just think it's funny.
It is.
Yep.
Yep. Russell Westbrook, I'm willing to let this one pass because it was the preseason, so I got to blame the ball boy.
Wow.
Yep.
Sorry to the ball boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Russ, but I'm adding on to the fact that he went 0 for 11 last night.
Okay, yeah.
And really, really struggling. Might even be a new low there in the Lakers uniform. So I will go with Russ, but these were all great nominees. And maybe we'll get a poll up and the people can chime in as
Okay,
well.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll pull it for you.
Okay.
Now thinking about the ball boy situation, it was obviously an accident, but pregame, you know where everybody is. I know there's a lot of people
There's a
around.
lot going on. Hey, Turner's to blame too. We haven't seen the video.
Yeah, well, it's like how many people were down there if it was an early.
I don't
Okay, sorry. A lot of details.
No, it's just hope
That
he's
was
out
fun.
not that long. I think, were they saying a week? He's going to miss a couple
Yeah, a
games.
whole week.
Well, he had like ankle surgery last year, didn't he? He was out with a foot injury last year. Turner was. He missed
True.
like half the season almost. So, I mean, it's probably an extension of that. I'm assuming it's the same foot. So hopefully it comes back. All right, polls up. Everybody here on YouTube right now in the stream team, you got to be subscribed, I believe, to get your votes in. So do that. All right, let's move on to our pick'em results from last night. Just quickly, it was the Clippers-Lakers game. Clippers were favored by 5.5. You guys wisely took the Clippers. You know, you thought they'd be the better team. LA after that opening night stinker against the Warriors. I said, okay, I'll swerve. We can't all have the same pick. And I just lost because the Lakers lost by 6. And I remembered, in seeing that score last night, how much I hate doing this. Nothing like losing by half a point, or 1 point, really. It's the... God, it sucks.
Shout out to Robert Covington. making free throws.
Jesus. Anyway, Tass, you're 3-0, and Trey and I are 1-2. That was TK's first win of the season here in the month of October. Tonight's game, I mean, there's a lot on.
There's a lot on.
Where are we going?
Yeah, this is fun. This is the first time we're doing a different type of pick and payoff where the winner is going to choose something.
You're off to a hot start, man.
Well, yeah, I'm excited. Really excited this year. It's just like Giannis Antetokounmpo changing it up, getting motivated about something. This really motivates me.
Oh, wow.
This new technique really, really motivates me. There's lots of games. There's a doubleheader on ESPN with some doozies, the Celtics, Heat, Nuggets, Warriors, but I am going with the Rudy Gobert revenge game. Minnesota is hosting his former team, the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
And Minnesota is favored by 8.5 big ones. I like this big line here.
Yep.
So Trey and Skeets think that Rudy's going to demolish those Jazz by 9 points or more. I'm taking the Jazz to lose by 8 or less
Okay.
because I don't think they're going to win. But who knows? Who
Look,
knows?
These are difficult, especially early in the year. You're like, how the Jazz just beat the Nuggets. So,
Put it
By a
on.
lot.
how solid are they? And then, the Wolves won, but it was a little close against the Thunder.
Yeah.
But you got the revenge factor, maybe not, with Rudy there. So I don't know. You went with me. Wolves win big. They
Yeah,
stick to
I
the
went
better
with
team.
the Wolves just because it feels unlikely to me that the Jazz replicate what they did against the Nuggets so quickly.
Yeah.
Is this a revenge game? It's kind of hard to feel, right? Because it's in Minnesota.
Yeah, there's that.
It's not Utah. Yeah.
Utah did trade him. They're happy with the return they got back. I think it's more of a revenge game when they go back.
Yeah,
More,
to
yeah.
Utah.
In Salt Lake
so
City, yeah.
this is like a Malik Beasley revenge game, I guess.
I was
Right?
a big reason why I went Minnesota with the big line is I do expect Anthony Edwards and probably Towns to bounce back in game 2 after some pretty rough shooting nights there in game 1, even in the victory. Because they were like, what did I say? They were combined, basically like 7 of 30.
Yeah, they were
combined.
pretty.
I mean,
They were brutal.
Ballpark, but yeah. Okay, so there you go.
Mike
This
Conley
guy's
on the other
undefeated.
side is going to pick Rudy apart.
Oh, okay.
They're
okay.
going to lose by 7. Just
Calling
pick them
a shot.
apart.
Okay. Let's get to tweet of the night.
Tweet of the night. Wow.
Yeah, I'm the tweet of the night, man. But real quick, just an update on our worst of the week poll. 74% of the stream team. A huge blowout victory for Russell Westbrook,
Yeah.
taking home.
Yeah.
Worst of the week for the inaugural week of the season. As for our tweet of the night, this one comes to you from I think you should leave memes and content.
Good.
Which is at ITYSL_memes. This is the specific I think you should leave meme account I'm talking about. There are like 6 of them that I
Yeah,
follow.
same here.
I have no idea where they're actually coming from until I follow through. But this one says, retweet this video if you think playing round ball rock with the lyrics sung by fans after the third quarter should become an NBA tradition. Take a listen.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme. Woo! All right, now that's how you do it, dude. It's getting hot. You are in such good voice today, buddy.
The answer is you got to retweet that immediately. That is a brilliant idea.
I'm dropping a retweet on it right now.
It's so good. It's short enough. It's
Yep.
hilarious. It's so easy to know the lyrics and learn the lyrics. I love that you could get an entire arena doing it, and then you could always turn to give the high five during like the
The
quick
high
break.
five is key.
This is the take me out to the ball game for basketball.
Basketball needs one, and I think this is the only choice.
I think so, too.
I know Wisconsin football, in between the third and fourth quarter, they play Jump Around by House of Pain. That would be a solid substitute, but this is basketball themed. What an incredible cast that is. From
I
that
totally
clip,
forgot.
it's been around, obviously,
Yeah.
for a long time, but, Tim Robinson went on to do I Think You Should Leave.
Yep.
Definitely not known as a major name when this came out. Jason Sudeikis is John Tesh in that, and then Vince Vaughn just hanging out as the executive. Great clip.
Are you on board
Oh
with this
God,
idea?
yeah. Oh God, yeah. We could see this. Yeah, the take me out to the ball game, sure.
Right.
People put the camera on 2 people. Lots of high fives, lots of hair flopping. Yeah, it could work.
People
it could
will be
work really
sticking
well.
around in their seats for the round ball rock between the third and fourth quarters, or whenever we choose to do this.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss
the
that.
roar from the crowd when you hear the.
That's a great start. Yeah. It's perfect. Let's do this. Who's going to be the first arena? Because somebody's got to do it first.
Somebody's got to do it as a joke.
Yeah, and see how it goes, and lean into it, and then maybe it will start spreading to all the other NBA stadiums.
Yeah. It would help if you had a couple of the players do it, so you have that on the video board as your.
They would get into it.
Yeah. No, you even as you record it beforehand. Just so you have your models. I mean, you could use them, obviously. You could use Tim Robinson and Jason Sudeikis, but
Yeah, I think you have to start with that up on the big screen.
Yeah.
Like on your Jumbotron or whatever. Maybe the lyrics. Basketball. And then just see how it goes. It's going to take, this is the thing. Whoever does it, you have to do it for, 15 straight home games. It's going to have to, become a thing. There's going to be a lot of silence at first. There'll be some laughter, I think. People will be like, what?
Yeah.
But if we get enough of the No Dunks fans and I Think You Should Leave fans in the arena, then people will start singing it.
or even play it in the first quarter and say, hey, we're doing this between the third and fourth quarter. Get ready.
Get ready.
Get prepared. Yeah.
Learn the lyrics. Somebody passes out a sheet. All right, study up. It should be the Pistons.
Okay.
Tim Robinson is
yeah.
from Detroit. He made Detroiters as well.
Yeah.
They're a young team. They could take a chance doing something silly. It would bring some eyeballs, to the team.
Eyeballs.
I don't mind it.
Okay. And then somebody's gonna get either Sudeikis and Tim Robinson, or even John Tesh himself. It's gonna spiral.
I'll get all of them.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Great idea. Great tweet of the night, and everybody go find that tweet and retweet it. Let's get that trending so everybody knows what to do.
We'll retweet it from the No
at
Dunks
the end of
account.
the third quarter. Smart idea. We're gonna take our final break. When we come back, though, some rapid fire fun.
Bad news, meatballs. If you've ever wondered whether your CBD was working, that means it probably wasn't. Sorry, but it's true. And that's probably because it wasn't absorbing right, you fool. Which is why Next Evo Naturals developed Smart Sorb technology, clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil. Because oil and water don't mix, and newsflash, your body is water-based. Yeah, meatball. Smart Sorb technology improves CBD's ability to be absorbed, getting into your system in as little as 10 minutes. Next Evo Naturals are scientifically formulated to deliver more CBD in a way your body can actually use. And yes, it's clinically proven to have 4 times better absorption. So step your absorption up and get your supply of Next Evo Naturals Revive CBD Complex today. The clinically proven Smart Sorb CBD is combined with Next Evo Naturals' patented curcumin blend to promote a healthy inflammatory response and help you feel restored.
Step your absorption game up.
Step it up, meatballs! Get up to 25% off when you subscribe and spend $40 or more at nextevo.com/recover with promo code NODUNKS. That's nextevo.com/recover. Promo code NODUNKS.
All right, it's a staple here on the Drop Podcast. We end with some rapid fire fun. I've got the questions. You guys have the answers. Our first one. DeLon Wright earned himself a piece of hardware after Washington's season opener on Wednesday, the Wizards' brand new Defensive Player of the Game belt. According to Josh Robbins, the belt has gold-colored metal panels, and Wright said it's surprisingly heavy to hold. But my question for you guys is, what's a unique award we could hand out after each No Dunks podcast, and for what reason? Tess.
The Hottest Take Award.
Ooh, that's good.
Whoever has the hottest take from that particular episode, just a fire emoji beside their name on Twitter until the next episode.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that could happen. JD could have a fire overlay, like you're on fire sort of overlay throughout the show. Will it ruin our show? Will we extend ourselves too far? Will we go the way of some shows which are a little too hot takey? Maybe. But it might be worth it. Okay. It might be worth it for the fun that we'll have in the meantime.
I thought you were going to go with I love the idea of the award. Maybe some hot sauce or something, too. Some
Give me the hot sauce.
Sriracha or something. I don't know. I like it. We'll workshop that. What do you got, Trey?
I would like to award clip of the show. After we record, there's usually one thing that sticks out as the funny thing from that episode. Maybe it'll be a full-time jeans. You get a golden paper clip. You can put it on your shirt and wear it for the next episode,
clip,
and then you got to pass it on to the next person. I think that's the best way to do it. Or you could do it like a wrestler. You know, they get all those pins, like when they pin opponents. Just get a whole bunch of clips on your shirt.
Okay.
I didn't know they get pins.
Yeah, I didn't
Sounds
know that either.
dangerous.
Like in real, like wrestling,
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah, like a high school wrestler.
Yeah.
You'll be wearing your
Wrestling.
Letterman jacket, and say you're Billy Goldsmith, and you pin 13 people during your senior season. You get 13 pins that you can put on your chenille P.
Oh, that's cool.
Very
What
specific
about what's the
and
stickers on a college football helmet? What does that mean?
What are those called?
Like what?
Stickers?
Decals?
I guess it probably depends on each program, what they give it for, but like probably touchdowns, interceptions, toughness.
Tackles.
Yeah,
Okay.
sweet tackles.
JD, a unique award we can hand out after each No Dunks podcast. What do you got?
Yeah, mine's a little bit more of a behind-the-scenes award.
Okay.
Back in our starters days, and I think it was year 1, we had a cameraman named Hal, and he left. He was retiring, and he gave us this. It's a starter, an actual starter from a car engine, I guess. Also surprisingly heavy.
Yeah, that's
got
heavy.
some weight
It's
to
very
it.
heavy. But let's make it an award. And this goes to the one of us that doesn't fucking hold up the show, right? So there's only ever one. Right, so it's usually Task gets here 1 minute beforehand. So,
Hey.
so that's a
It was
problem.
me today.
Trey today.
Trey was also very
I was
late.
moving slow today.
Yeah,
Some-
sometimes you're late, JD.
Yeah.
Oh, were you gonna say that?
Oh, I'm getting to me. Yes, I've got a lot going on here. Sometimes.
I'm defensive.
Yeah, you're being defensive.
acknowledge.
Sometimes Skeets, it's like, whoa, let me tweet the show. Let me tweet the show. But
You're right.
But that's how it goes.
I've been sitting here for 35 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know why I just tweeted
I know,
before that.
I know. But it goes to the person who doesn't hold up the show. Is ready to
Doesn't
go
hold
at
up the
10
show.
minutes. 10 minutes beforehand. You're 100% ready to go.
You can just give that to me now.
Yeah, it goes to Skeets for sure, 100%.
It's a good idea, though.
How will we ever know that you're ready, though?
Well, you start at 10.
I know, but you're never. How do we know?
I can't get ready until you're sitting in your chair.
Oh,
yeah.
good counter.
I got to check the
Great.
mics.
Yeah.
I got to make sure your ears are working, your headphones.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
camera's set
you
up.
live
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
I do live here, so I'm rarely
You're
late.
always ready.
I'm
You have an advantage.
very rarely ready at 10. But it's going to go to Skeets, for sure. That's the award.
Just put it right there.
Excited to win it. Okay, next one here. Pacer Center. We talked about this in Worst of the Week, but Pacer Center Miles Turner expected to miss at least 1 week after suffering an ankle sprain when he landed on a ball boy or man under the rim in pregame warm-ups on Wednesday night. That's a rough injury there. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate, of course. So I want to know, what's the dumbest or even like maybe most embarrassing injury that you've ever sustained?
Okay, I've got to take it away from me here for a sec. It's not an injury that I sustained
Okay.
because I've been thinking about an injury my friend Amin Al-Pachachi sustained. He was taking off his socks while standing. He put his finger in the heel of the sock, and he broke his finger. So good.
So he's like, he's trying to like.
He's standing like he's peeling off his socks because he's too lazy to do it properly. To use 2 hands, he just shoved 1 finger in the back and he broke his finger, peeling it off. It was most likely a very cheap, like a tubular sock. Not that that really affects anything, but yeah, I've been thinking about Amin because lately Trey has been saying "send it." Amin always says "send it"
Oh, send it.
at the river when he wins a pot. He says "send it." So yeah, I've been thinking about his finger breaking while taking off a sock.
Like this was recent or like high school
no,
or
no.
like.
Long time.
Oh,
ago.
okay. Wow.
Still hasn't recovered.
All right, Trey. Same question for you. It could be about you or someone else. I should have worded it that way.
Yeah, I got 3 dumb ones. Senior year of high school, I put a massive glob of hot glue on the back of my hand because somebody told me it wouldn't hurt.
Oh.
Guess what it does? That glue, they call it hot glue for a reason. Scarred up instantly. That was dumb. I rolled my ankle once walking in a parking lot. That was the most embarrassing. Luckily, only Laura saw it. She knows I have bad ankles, so she's like, "You're just a fool." And then I don't know if this is dumb or embarrassing, but 2021 Monaco Grand Prix, I sliced off the tip of my thumb cutting a bagel at Graydon Gordian's house.
Yeah, I remember.
But it was like one of the first events we had been to, post-COVID. So I just ran to the bathroom, bled all over the place.
That thing would not stop bleeding.
Would not
You
stop
cut it
bleeding, but
pretty
I was
good.
like, I'm not leaving. We are staying here, even if I pass out in his bathroom. Still don't have feeling in the tip of my thumb.
Wow.
That's okay.
You did a number on it.
Yeah, it's a slicer.
JD, what do you got?
Yeah, I've mentioned it before. A skateboarding accident. I wasn't super hurt, but I was very embarrassed because I was by myself. So older guy out in the neighborhood. There was like a sort of not a cul-de-sac, like a cul-de-sac, but with a island in the middle of it with a gazebo. Yeah. So I was just going around and around like just a 50-year-old guy on a skateboard. And then, hit a rock or whatever. And then it was like one of those windmill arms, bop, like trying to refuse to fall. There were neighbors that saw me for sure. It seemed empty, like desert. Like it was almost like everybody the whole neighborhood just sort of looked away, embarrassed for me. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Very, very embarrassing.
Yeah, I guess so. But you weren't,
I wasn't
terribly injured.
Terribly injured. It's
good. Final one. All right. Kyrie Irving told Shams Charania of The Athletic that teammate Kevin Durant's trade request over the summer actually helped improve the Nets. When Kev made that request, I feel like we got better, Kyrie told Shams during a sit-down interview on Stadium. Okay. Feels like a bit of a stretch, if we're being honest, but let's roll with it here for the rapid-fire question. Guys, in order to help No Dunks improve this year, where would you like to be traded?
Well, going back to the Hot Takes award, in that same light, I guess I want to see Stephen A. Smith and how he prepares for his 88 shows that he's on.
Yeah.
Because he's a hot take artist, I guess, so you just got a lot of them. Will, being around Stephen A. Smith ruin my performance on the show, ruin this show? Maybe. It's possible, but it is impressive. No matter how you slice it, the way Stephen A. Smith performs.
Yeah.
I mean, hours. I mean, we know because we do, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. That guy is on like 99 shows. And somehow he still brings the funk every time.
He just got like another show, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's going to be doing broadcasts during the games. Like, it's his second screen experience, I think?
It's like same company that does Manning Cast.
Yeah,
so a Manning Cast.
Stephen A. just
Steve Cast.
dropping fire takes during a game.
Yeah, what's that going to be called? It's not the Manning Cast.
No, I don't know. I was going to say Stephen A.'s World, but he's already got that, I think.
Yeah.
Steven's Stream.
Stephen A. Stream.
Nice. All right.
All right. What
Second
do you have, Trey? Where are we trading you, or where would you like to be traded to help No Dunks out?
Might not want to do this because teams don't often trade it in their own conference.
Yeah.
But I want to be traded to the Daily Ding.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that they record at night, so you finish watching the games, you go in the lab right away.
Sure.
15 to 20 minutes.
Easy.
And it'll be nice for you guys, too, because you'll send one of me out, but there are so many hosts for the Daily Ding that circle in and out. You could get probably a Dave DeFore, a Mo DeKeel, and a Jared Weiss for one Trey Kirby. I think it's a good deal for everybody.
Yeah. 3 for 1. Okay, thank you. You're helping improve the show. And JD, geez, I mean, nobody wants to trade you, but help the show, man. Come on.
Yeah, trade me to Marvel. Like, get Feige in here,
Okay.
and I'll go to Marvel. I think Marvel is getting the better deal, to be honest, because the phase 4 now or something?
I think so.
I got notes, man. I got a lot of notes.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of notes for this new phase of Marvel.
What's your number one note for Marvel? I'm putting you on the spot.
Number one note is well, let's let our directors direct. Let them be. I think the last Thor movie could have been really good if you just let Waititi do his thing, man, because it was a huge disappointment. So
So too many cooks in the
there's
kitchen.
Too many cooks.
Yeah.
There's too many cooks. And I think Feige, the guy had a 20 film run there. He'd do wonders for this show, I feel like.
Okay.
Think of the press.
Press would be big.
Kevin
That'd be
Feige
huge.
has been traded to No Dunks. The
People
views
are
alone.
searching immediately.
They'd be like-
What the hell is No Dunk? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Oh, of course.
And thank you for fixing Marvel, it sounds like.
Marvel. There's some work that needs to be done.
Black Adam with The Rock? DC? Is that what that is?
That's DC.
Yeah? What do I need to know about this
I
character?
have no idea. I don't. Never read DC comics growing up, so I don't know anything.
You don't even know at all about
Never really even heard of them.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
If you don't know, then I'm guessing you guys don't know.
I've been watching that trailer for months, like everybody else. It does not look good to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm also older than dirt, so it's not for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Every line of dialogue sounds ridiculous.
Yes.
I think, did he just catch a rocket? I do like his theme song, though. Whoa, Black Adam, bam ba lam. Whoa, Black Adam, bam ba lam. Black Adam is a man, bam ba lam.
Is that it?
Is it really? Is that in the trailer?
Because I'm buying.
No, that's a freestyle.
It's not it. That's
Give
not
me the
it, guys.
clip of the show, baby.
Give me.
Give him the golden clip.
He knew it as he was saying it.
Yeah, he was saving it. He had that chamber. All
You
right.
got that, man. You got that one.
Well, that's rapid fire.
Sold
It's
us.
not all that rapid, is it? But let's start wrapping up this Drop Podcast. Thank you so much to everybody joining us here live in the stream team. Like, subscribe, and make sure you, if you're a podcast listener, leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. I assume when we get into the new month, the first Friday of the month, little 5-star Friday fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be what? Not next weekend, or not next week, but the week after.
That's right.
Cool.
So you got
Cool,
a couple
cool,
weeks
cool.
to get those new reviews in wherever you download and listen to the No Dunks podcast. If you are catching this live or you're listening to it very quickly after we posted it, I'm jumping on the Raptors show with our guys Will Liu and Alex Wong. I know you guys did this about a week ago, so I'm going to be on live today, I think, at 2 p.m. Eastern. So especially for all you Canadian fans and Raptors fans, we'll be talking about the team. And check out yesterday's No Buffs episode, our Survivor recap podcast. We were breaking down episode 5. TK, JD, and I were. So that has its own YouTube feed, its own podcast feed. If you are a Survivor fan, search for No Buffs. All right, lots of basketball on this weekend. We'll be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern live to do our NBA weekend winners and losers. So tweet at us throughout the weekend at No Dunks Inc. with who you think should be getting those awards for the winner and loser of the weekend. All right, anything else, gentlemen? Yeah?
No.
All right, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And JD, I don't have anything to say here, so can you just roll back Trey's clip there of him?
Wow.
You got time? Well, wait.
Get a replay out. That'd be nice.
We can roll it back. JD can pull it off.
I can't actually.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? We got a Marvel production here?
So you insult TNT on Wednesday night about their from Tuesday on Wednesday's show about their audio problems, but you can't just roll back.
Sorry, did I insulted them by saying they should take responsibility?
Are we getting testy in week 1?
Yeah, we believe it.
Betcha.
Better believe it.
Embrace the weekend, people.